Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about case discussion, continuation of yesterday's class. These are the three case discussions we are going to discuss here. First, gouty arthritis, vitamin B1 beriberi. Third one, nephrotic syndrome. First, case 4. A 60-year-old man came with complaints of multiple pain swelling of all the joints of both the hands, ankles, and knees. Pain worsened after alcohol consumption. Prior to the upset, he enjoyed a good health. Investigations profile. At admission of pH of urine was 4.5. 4.5 microscopy and centrifugal sediment, which revealed that the presence of fine crystalline material and numerous casts. Here, in investigations profile, the parameter mainly we have measured here is uric acid. Uric acid we are measuring in serum and urine. In 24 hours of urine sample, uric acid in cases is 1.52 gram per deciliter. Its normal range 0.37 gram per 24 hours. In serum uric acid in cases is 11.8 milligram per deciliter, but its normal range is 4.5 to 7 milligram per deciliter. Here, serum uric acid is elevated. So the condition is mainly here hyperuricemia. These are the questions. What is the diagnosis? Give a brief note on the diagnosis. What is the basic metabolic disorder? Mention the few causes of this disorder. What is the role of allopurinol? First question. What is the diagnosis? Give a brief note on the diagnosis. Gouty. The diagnosis is gouty arthritis. Defect in purine catabolism. Discussion part. Mainly purine bases are adenine and guanine. Here, adenine nucleotides are degraded as hypoxanthine and guanine nucleotides are mainly degraded as xanthine. Hypoxanthine must be converted into xanthine in presence of xanthine oxidase. Xanthine must be converted into uric acid in presence of xanthine oxidase. Here, uric acid is end product of purine catabolism. It is a breakdown of nucleic acids. Second question. What is the basic metabolic disorder? Uric acid is accumulated and elevated in serum due to abnormal catabolism, due to which crystals are formed. Generally, gout is associated with overproduction of uric acid. It is certain physiological pH. Uric acid is mainly soluble in the form of sodium urate. In hyperuricemia condition, the crystals of sodium urate get deposited in the soft tissue, particularly in joint. Such deposits are called as in tophi, where the inflammation occurs in the joints. Is known as in gouty arthritis. These are the uric acid crystals which deposit of uric acid to form tophi. Location of gout attack. Gout attack locations are mainly at the first toe, affected in 90% of individuals with a gout. This is the most common places where the gout is most frequently occurred. Next, this is the second common knee joint at metatarsal joint, where this one less common. These are the actions of medicines in the gout, mainly NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Example, allopurinol, which blocks the formation of uric acid. uricase, which break down the uric acid, and acids, colchicine or corticosteroids, which reduces the inflammation in gouty arthritis. The purine end product is uric acid. In purine metabolism, end product is uric acid. Normal metabolism required of 70% of purine, 30% which are required from the diet. Uric acid rapidly increases in its concentration where the formation of urate crystals, the crystals which are collected in the joint and forms a rapid swelling and inflammation. Such phenomenon is called as a gout. Mention the few causes of this disorder. Mainly gout is two types, primary gout and secondary gout. Primary gout is mainly due to the genetic gout or Leishman syndrome. Here, primary gout is mainly due to the increased synthesis of purine nucleotides, overproduction of uric acid. It is primary gout is also mainly due to the metabolic defect of some enzymes, phosphoribosal pyrophosphate synthase, phosphoribosal pyrophosphate glutamyl amidinotransferase, hypoguanine phosphoribosal transferase, glucose 6-phosphatase. These are the metabolic defects. Secondary gout is mainly due to the increased or decreased overproduction of uric acid, increased synthesis or decreased excretion of uric acid. Secondary gout is mainly increased conditions like in cancers, polycythemia, leukemia, and increased conditions, example psoriasis, and decreased conditions mainly we can see in renal failure conditions. Leishman syndrome, it is mainly main areas are affected in Leishman syndrome. So neurological function and behavior, it leads to the self-mutilation. What is the role of allopurinol? Allopurinol is a competitive inhibitor of enzyme of xanthine oxidase in uric acid metabolism. Here, hypoxanthine is converted into the xanthine in presence of xanthine oxidase. But allopurinol, which inhibits the xanthine oxidase enzyme. As similarly, xanthine must be converted into the uric acid in presence of xanthine oxidase. Here, the another inhibitor of allopurinol is also inhibiting the enzyme of xanthine oxidase. Coming to the discussion part, mainly the degradation of purine nucleotides. Uric acid is end product of purine catabolism. Here it is also the breakdown product of nucleic acids. Adenosine monophosphate is converted into the inosine monophosphate. As similar way, the adenosine which is degraded into form of hypoxanthine, and guanine which is degraded and converted into the xanthine in presence of xanthine oxidase and formation of uric acid. Mainly disorders of the purine metabolism. Elevation of uric acid in blood is referred as in hyperuricemia. Increased or excretion of uric acid in urine, the condition is called as an uricosauria. Clinical findings of the gout. Gout attacks, it is mainly precipitated due to high purine diet and increased alcohol intake. These joints are made extremely painful. Synovial fluid will show urate crystals. According to the biochemical investigations, the serum uric acid levels are increased. Whenever the serum uric acid levels are increased, when we did the microscopic examination of a synovial fluid, which reveals that uric acid crystals are round and needle shape of crystals. Mainly these crystals are monosodium urate crystals or calcium dihydropyrophosphate crystals. These crystals are If we view under the polar microscope, these are birefringent crystals. Clinical features. Here, gout is mainly seen in which males and postmenopausal women. It is gouty arthritis mainly affects the first metatarsophalangeal joint at a great toe. It is the classical site here. Here, monosodium crystals and which are deposit in the joint, particularly in joint. Such deposits are known as an tophi. In an earlier stage, it is acute gouty arthritis. In advanced, it is a chronic gouty arthritis, where other complications like ureolithiasis and renal damage increase the serum uric acid. Here, the sodium urate crystals, which are deposit in the kidney, mainly which leads to formation of renal damage or renal stone formation. These monosodium urate crystals, which are deposit in areas where the body temperature is low. Such deposits are known as an tophi, where the redness, swelling and inflammation, these are hallmarks of a gout attack. Next case, 5th. A patient came with complaints of loss of appetite, constipation, weakness, nausea, mental depression, irritability pains, and needle sensation in the lower limbs. His dietary history revealed that he was taking a polished rice for a long period. This is the difference between the polished and unpolished rice. This case is mainly discussing about vitamin B1, beriberi. So what is the diagnosis? What is the vitamin deficiency in this condition? Write the source of this vitamin. What is the daily requirement of this vitamin? First, what is the probable diagnosis? The probable diagnosis, beriberi. Here, the beriberi is most commonly seen in the people or a population, those who consume polished rice as a staple food. What is the vitamin deficiency in this condition? Thiamine. Active coenzyme form is thiamine pyrophosphate, is the active form. Coming to the structure of thiamine pyrophosphate, thiamine contains of pyrimidine ring and thiazole ring. These are held together by a methylene bridge. The thiamine, which is esterified with the 2 moles of a pyrophosphate to form a thiamine pyrophosphate. This thiamine pyrophosphate is donated by the ATP moiety to form thiamine pyrophosphate in presence of enzyme thiamine pyrophosphate transferase. Write the sources of this vitamin. Rice polishing, outlayer of cereals and pulses, milk, vegetables, fruits, and organ meat. These are the rich sources of vitamin B1, rich sources and good sources and fair sources of vitamin B1. The sources of thiamine, rich sources are outer coatings of food grain like rice, wheat, and yeast. Good sources are whole cereals, pulses, oil seeds, and nuts. Fair sources are meat, liver, and egg and fish. In polished rice, 80% of thiamine is lost. In parboiled rice, boiling of paddy with the husk. In milled rice, thiamine is not lost. Thiamine is water-soluble vitamin. It is drained into the water during cooking process. Such a water should not be discarded. What is the daily requirement of this vitamin? In adults, 1 to 1.5 milligram per day. In children, 0.7 to 1.2 milligram per day. Discussion. The case discussed about dry berry. Berry is mainly three types: dry berry, wet berry, infantile berry. Dry berry mainly describes of peripheral uveitis and central nervous system manifestations, and wet berry mainly describes about cardiovascular manifestations. Infantile berry is differ from these two dry berry and wet berry. In dry berry is mainly due to the central nervous system manifestations of muscle weakness, gait disturbances, paralysis, calf muscle tenderness, impairment of sensory and motor and reflex functions. The case mainly describes that symptoms of dry berry. Deficiency manifestations of thiamine, dry berry or peripheral neuritis. The walking becomes of a difficult in peripheral neuritis, and sensory disturbances lead to complete paralysis. Next, third case. Third case mainly describes about nephrotic syndrome. Nephrosis means pale skin. Here, a 10 years old child complained of swelling of face and feet. He also complains of fatigue. These are the laboratory findings. According to the biochemical case, we have to first of all see the laboratory findings and investigations part. These are the parameters we have to discuss now. The parameters and its reference value. In blood urea, in this case is 80 milligram per deciliter. Its normal range is 20 to 40 milligram per deciliter. Serum creatinine reference value in this case is 4.0 milligram per deciliter. Its normal range is 0.5 to 1.5 milligram per deciliter. Total protein here 4.5 milligram per deciliter in subjects, where normal range is 6 to 8 gram per deciliter. Serum cholesterol 400 milligram per deciliter in subjects. In normal value is 100 to 200 milligram per deciliter. Urine protein is 6 gram per day. Reference value is less than 0.2 gram per day. What is your provisional diagnosis? What is creatinine clearance? What is the simple test by which you can identify the protein in urine? What is a lipid abnormality associated with this disease? What is your provisional diagnosis? Is nephrotic syndrome, the swollen child of periorbital edema or a generalized edema? What is creatinine clearance? Creatinine clearance, the volume of blood plasma that is completely cleared of creatinine of kidney in unit time. So kidney function test can be assessed by this test. Volume of the blood plasma that is completely cleared of creatinine by kidney in unit time. So the formula is equal to C is equal to U into V by P. Mainly kidney function test can be assessed by this test. Creatinine clearance, where U is the concentration of creatinine in urine. It is measured in milligrams per deciliter. V is the volume of urine excreted per minute, milliliter per minute. Plasma is the concentration of creatinine in blood or a plasma. It is measured in milligrams per deciliter. Normal range In men, it is 95 to 140 ml per minute. In women, 85 to 125 ml per minute. Urea clearance values are expressed as ml per minute. Creatine clearance is the one of the best marker for assessing the renal function test. What is the simple test by which you can identify the protein in urine? First is heat coagulation test. Second one is sulfosalicylic acid test. Heat coagulation test. 3/4 of the test tube is filled with urine solution. Hold the test tube over the flame in a slanting position. Heat the top layer of the protein solution. Cool and add few drops of 1% of acetic acid. A cloudy or white precipitate is observed in the heated portion. Confirms the presence of albumin in urine. This is the control. This is the test where the presence of confirms the presence of albumin in urine. Next, sulfosalicylic acid test. Take 2 ml of protein solution and add 3 drops of 20% of sulfosalicylic acid. Mix well. White precipitate is observed here and the protein sulfosalicylic complex is formed here. So what is the lipid abnormality associated with this case? Is mainly hypercholesterolemia. Coming to the discussion part, nephrotic syndrome. Its main clinical condition, it mainly consisting of main 5 features: massive proteinuria, hypoalbuminemia, generalized edema, hyperlipidemia, and lipiduria, lipid cast in urine. Pale skin feature, hyperlipidemia, protein increases its concentration in urine, and also the features of tachycardia and vomiting sensation. Protein in urine means mainly albumin. Albumin in urine is called as an albuminuria, mainly seen in nephrotic syndrome and infection conditions like urinary tract infections. Here, various types of proteinuria are present, but in nephrotic syndrome, we are mainly discussing about glomerular proteinuria, where the membrane of glomerular membrane is damaged and increases the permeability of the proteins. Whenever the increases the permeability of the proteins, the proteinuria concentration is greater than 3.5 gram per 24 hours. So the condition is hypoproteinemia. Whenever there is a decrease of the plasma oncotic pressure and the formation of edema, where the tissue fluid accumulation there, where the compensatory synthesis of protein in a liver, formation of hyperlipidemia. If we see the normal pattern of serum electrophoresis, there are mainly 5 bands, main presence of 5 bands. This is the origin of application. First band is albumin, alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, and gamma globulins. If we see in multiple myeloma condition, as in chronic infections condition, and in the case of nephrotic syndrome. In nephrotic syndrome, the norm pattern of albumin, abnormal pattern of electrophoresis in nephrotic syndrome. In nephrotic syndrome, hypoalbuminemia means the albumin content is decreases here when the prominent of alpha 2 band. In nephrotic syndrome, whenever the kidney damage, it leads to the long-term loss of water, long-term loss of low molecular weight proteins. decreases the albumin and increases the globulins. They are filtered in the kidney. Here, normal in hypoalbumin AG ratio is 1:2. But in hypoalbuminemia condition, whenever the decreases of albumin content, decreases the albumin content and increases the globulins. Whenever the decreases the albumin content and decreases the synthesis function of the albumin in the liver. So mainly we can see in diseases conditions like malnutrition. Thank you.